Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 6th of March 2024. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover the most important articles from the newspaper, and also we are going to cover a mapping topic that will help you to solve map related questions in the prelims exam. So let us quickly see the list of articles that we are going to cover in today's newspaper analysis, and before that these are the details related to the Panch Sutra tests that we are conducting. Okay, so Lukmaan IAS is conducting Panch Sutra test. So under this test there will be 5 tests in all for the prelims exam. That is specially designed for the prelims exam. So all you can do is like you can register for these tests and you can appear in the test. That will help you to solve, let's say, prelims related questions. So these are the list of articles that we are going to cover in today's newspaper analysis. Right, so all right, so this is the first topic that we are going to cover. It's like under places in news. So we are going to understand about the second Thomas Shoal. Okay, so second Thomas Shoal has been in news in today's newspaper analysis under international relations. So today we are going to understand where is second Thomas Shoal located. All right, so where is second Thomas Shoal located? So to understand this particular thing, we need to understand that some tussle is happening between China and Philippines, and between the Coast Guard of China and the Coast Guard of Philippines. So basically, let's say boats have collided in the South China Sea near the second Thomas Shoal. So where is second Thomas Shoal located? It is located just below the Spratly Islands. Over here, if you see this map, this is small portion of map, it talks about the Spratly Islands. So to the south of the Spratly Island, we have second Thomas Shoal. Okay, we have second Thomas Shoal. So here, this is the location of second Thomas Shoal. So where is second Thomas Shoal located? It is located to the little, let's say, like, western side of Philippines. So we can see this is Philippines, to the western side of Philippines. This is the location of second Thomas Shoal. And second Thomas Shoal is located in South China Sea itself. So now let us see this portion of the map. Okay, so if we see the right portion of the map over here, like in the South China Sea, right, in the South China Sea, we have Spratly Islands located here. Okay, Spratly Islands are located here. Just to the south of Spratly Islands, somewhere here, right, second Thomas Shoal is located, and this is the place of dispute. So this is where, let's say, dispute has arisen between these two countries. Like on one side we have Philippines, on the other side we have China. Okay, and China asserts its sovereignty in the entire South China Sea region. And this dispute is not new. This dispute has been there between China and other countries, right? China and other countries for a long period of time. And in the year of 2016 also, in the year of 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration, PCA, has given a ruling related to South China Sea. And what has PCA said? PCA, the Permanent Court of Arbitration, has said that South China Sea does not belong only to China. It belongs to other countries also. Other countries also have, let's say, territorial jurisdiction in the South China Sea. All right. However, since the Permanent Court of Arbitration does not have, right, any authority or, let's say, any mechanism to implement its directions, to implement its verdict, so that's why it is not yet implemented. So still China asserts its sovereignty over the entire South China Sea region. All right. So with this, now let us move to the next topic. So this is another topic. It says green jobs and the problem of gender disparity. Okay. So now we are going to talk about another topic, which is green jobs and the problem of gender disparity. So in this article, we will understand what do we mean by green jobs. We will understand, let's say, like what is gender disparity and how gender disparity is associated with green jobs. So this article is relevant under Indian economy. Also, it is relevant under environment and ecology. So like, it has multi-dimensional connotations. So we need to interlink let's say various aspects of this article to various parts of the syllabus, right? So it is generally connected with GS paper 3 of the mains exam, okay? So with this, now let us understand this particular article. So name of this article, so this is topic. Name of this article, it says green jobs and the problem of gender disparity. Alright, so when we talk about green jobs, right, we need to understand what do we mean by green jobs. So when we talk about green jobs, it means the sectors of the economy, various sectors of the economy where people are doing job and that leads to reducing the carbon emission, okay, a kind of jobs that leads to reducing the carbon emission or reducing the emission of greenhouse gases, okay. So it means those kind of jobs that help in reduction of greenhouse gases. This is the thing. Apart from this, in this article basically they have said that most of the jobs in this sector, right, are taken by the man, okay. Most of the jobs are taken by men, okay. So what is happening here, since most of the jobs are taken by men, so it is basically helping the, let's say, economy to grow in a sustainable manner. But the thing is, like, it is also causing problem. What problem is it causing? It is causing gender disparity, okay. So this is leading to a situation which is known as gender disparity. Why gender disparity? Because women are not getting employed, right, at par with men. I mean, like, women are not getting employed at par with men, and so that's what is leading to a kind of disparity between these two, let's say, like, you know, between men and women. So that's why in this article they have mentioned about green jobs and the problem of gender disparity. In this article they have talked about a survey that was conducted, and name of this survey is known as the Annual Survey of Industries 2019-20, okay. So here they have talked about a survey also in this regard. This is known as the annual survey, right, the Annual Survey of Industries 2019-20. So what does this survey signify? So in this article they have mentioned that this particular survey report shows that men comprises 85% of the workforce in sectors such as infrastructure, transport, construction and manufacturing. Means 85% of the jobs, 85% of the jobs are taken by men. In which sectors? The sectors that include infrastructure, manufacturing, right, etc. So 85% of the jobs are taken by the men only. So this is leading to a kind of situation of gender disparity. Apart from this, let's say there are other issues also. So if we talk about the jobs in the STEM sector, STEM means jobs in the STEM sector. So this is science, technology, engineering and mathematics, okay. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering and mathematics, okay. So in these sectors what happens? In these sectors basically 85% of the jobs, like in the previous annual survey, they have mentioned 85% of the jobs are taken by the men. So in case of STEM sector also, generally men are the ones who dominate this particular sector. So in this article they have mentioned about it, and they have also mentioned about, let's say, a kind of dialogue, high level dialogue. And this high level dialogue is also known as gender responsive just transition and climate action partnership. Okay, so what has happened? There was a COP28. What? COP28. COP28, COP means Conference of Parties. These Conference of Parties are held under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is in short known as UNFCCC. So in the Conference of Parties 28 that was held in Dubai, right, recently, last year in 2023 it was held in Dubai. So there, let's say, a high level meeting was conducted, and this high level meeting was related to gender responsive just transitions. Okay, gender responsive just transitions. Okay, gender responsive just transitions and climate action partnership. And climate action partnership. So this is the thing. So what was this all about? It had focused on improved data, targeted finance and skill development. Okay, it has focused on these areas. So that's the thing. So in this article basically they talk about creating green jobs, jobs that lead to reducing the carbon emission in the economy. Okay, this is the thing. So basically why they are talking about this thing? Because the transition to low carbon development has the potential to add about 35 million green jobs in India by 2024. And the International Labour Organization defines green job as decent job that contributes to preservation or restoration of the environment. Okay. So the International Labour Organization has given definition related to it. Okay. So International Labour Organization has given definition to it, and green job has a potential of adding huge number of people, about 35 million jobs in India by 2035. I'm just writing million jobs, right, in India by 2047. So by the year of 2047. So green jobs will add about 35 million jobs. So it is important that we make this particular sector of the economy, right, green job sector of the economy, gender equitable. We make it, let's say, like, you know, we need to reduce the gender disparity in this particular sector. So that's the thing. Finally, the author says in this article that increasing women's participation, increasing women's representation in green jobs will lead to benefits such as boosting a low carbon and environmentally sustainable economy. Okay, this is an important part of this article. So with this, now let us move to another article. This article is again important. It is also associated with Indian economy. Here in this article we are going to talk about a household consumption survey, right, that was recently released. Thank you so much Radha and Vidya for joining today's lecture. So let us discuss about this. It says the dynamics of household consumption. So recently a report was released by which organization? This has been released by National Sample Survey Office. In short, it is known as NSSO. So what NSSO has done, it has released a survey. It is known as the Household Consumption Expenditure Survey 2022-23. Right? It has been released by National Sample Survey Office, and it works under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, so there is a ministry in India that is known as Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Under this ministry, this department works, National Sample Survey Office, and it releases the, let's say, National Household Sample Survey. Right? It is Household Consumption Expenditure Survey. So in this survey basically they have mentioned various results, and these results showcases some trends that have been there in the past, and this survey has done some kind of innovation also in this area. Okay, so basically what you need to remember in this article, you need to remember the name of the survey. You need to remember the organization that releases this survey. You need to remember the, let's say like the ministry under which this organization comes. Okay. Here they have talked about that, like, in households in India. So in India, let's say like there are different families that are residing households, like, a unit of family is considered to be a household. So what is the consumption pattern of those households in rural areas as well in urban areas, right? So those kind of consumption pattern related data has been released, right, under the household consumption expenditure survey. So this survey talks about that what proportion of the total income does a household spend on food items, what proportion of the, let's say, income does a household spend on luxury items, or let's say like, some kind of luxury goods, what proportion does they, let's say, spend on education. These kind of data are released under this particular survey. So here they have given multiple, let's say like multiple statistics, figures related to this. However, at this point of time, we don't need to focus much on these figures, like, that how much do they spend on paneer, LED bulbs, headphones, and online purchases, etc. So these are not important. What is important is these facts. Okay, so I'm going to write down these facts so that like it can help you in the prelims exam. Okay, so what is the name of the topic? So this is going to be topic number 2. By the way, we will get this handwritten note also uploaded. So in your free time, you can download it from the description of the YouTube video. So this article says the dynamics of household consumption. The dynamics of household consumption. Now let us discuss about it. So basically a survey was published, right? A survey was published. What is the name of this survey? This name is important, right? You need to remember name of this particular survey. It is known as the Household Consumption Expenditure Survey. The household, you can note it down as well. The Household Consumption Expenditure Survey of 2020-23. This survey has been released by one important department, which is known as NSSO. NSSO stands for National Sample Survey Office. National Sample Survey Office. And this National Sample Survey Office works under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, so this is the name of the ministry. This is what you need to remember in this article. You don't need to remember much, right? Here they have said that the Household Consumption Expenditure Survey is a testament to India's commitment to a resilient statistical system, embracing both tradition and innovation. So basically it embraces the tradition that has been followed, and they have started doing some innovation also in this survey. Okay, so this survey is important. So it showcases that like India has a resilient statistical system in the country. Okay, so with this, now let us move to another article. This article is also a short article. However, in this article we are going to talk about a state government in India, that is the state of Manipur basically. So it says law and disorder. What? Law and disorder. Generally we read it as law and order. But what has happened? Law and disorder is happening. Where? In the state of Manipur in India. So in this article they say that the continued radicalization of Manipuri society is a cause of concern. So what has happened? We know in the month of May 2023, right, Manipur has seen a series of violent activities, right? Series of violence has happened, and this violence is because of the ethnic tension between let's say majority and minority community in the state of Manipur, right? So that because of that ethnic violence, huge number of people have been killed, women have been raped, and many other atrocities have been conducted across, let's say, ethnic groups in the state of Manipur. So this has raised concern across the nation related to the law and order system in the state of Manipur. But as of now, if we talk about today, so the thing is, the violence has reduced in the state of Manipur, law and order has been restored. However, in this article, the author points out that radicalization has happened in the state of Manipur. Not only this, like, the ethnic majoritarian people, they are employing people who belong to ethnic majority even in the police. And there is an organization in the state of Manipur. So that organization is considered to be a Methi, like it is considered to be a Methi chauvinist group, and its name is Arambai Thangol. Okay, Arambai Thangol. So what is this Arambai Thangol? Basically, it is a Methi, chauvinist group. It's a kind of, let's say, a group formed by majoritarian people in the state of Manipur. And what they have done, they have in fact looted police stations. They have gone to police station, they have raid over there, they have done raid over there, and they have, let's say, stolen, or they have captured weapons from the police. And these weapons are with, let's say, some of the ethnic groups in the state of Manipur. And recently what they have done is, like, one of the police officers' house was torched by them. Torched means they have, let's say, put fire on the house of the police officer. Not only this, they have captured the police officer, they have taken them into custody in the sense custody of these extremist group. And not only this, they have actually done violence on that police officer. So that's why in this article, the heading of this article says law and disorder. So law and order is under threat in the state of Manipur, because ethnicization of Manipuri society is happening across various services, even in government services, right? So people who belong to majoritarian group, right, they are part of most of the government services. So this talks about marginalization of the minority communities in the state of Manipur, right? So there is Kuki-Zo community and there is Methi community, and they are, let's say, here in this article they say that Kuki-Zo minority barely sees any representation in police, barely see any representation in any other government services in the state of Manipur. So this is what they have said, and here they the author also makes allegation that it may be because of some kind of, let's say, quid pro quo or some kind of arrangement between the majoritarian group and the, let's say, and the government of Manipur at this point of time, which is headed by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Okay, this is what they have mentioned in this article. So with this, now let us move to another article. This article is related to economy. It's important under science and technology as well. So in this article, we are going to, let's say, understand answer to a question that has been written as heading of this article. It says, why did Google delist some Indian apps from Play Store? Okay, why did Google delist some Indian apps from Play Store? So as we know, all of us who has Android, who has, let's say, mobile phone that is not of Apple brand. So most of us might be having the Android operating system. And this Android operating system has been built and developed by Google, right? So all the businesses that have their, let's say, Android mobile applications, they get their mobile applications listed in the Google Play Store. What happens in Google Play Store, basically, all of us who use mobile phones, Android operated mobile phones, we download those applications, we use those applications for our day-to-day work. And many a times we make payment also using those applications. Right? So there are some business applications also where if you want to avail some services, you need to make payment. For example, here they have given, let's say, names of some of those applications. One of the application is Bharat Matrimony, right? There are other music related applications also. Kuku FM is another application. So basically what has happened, Google charges some platform fee. It charges platform fee to whom? to the businesses who are developers of applications, right, who have got their application listed on Google Play Store. And if consumers make payment through those applications, right, for the services, only for digital services, for example, there can be a kind of business that is providing only digital services, right? They are charging payment from the consumers. In that case, what Google will do, Google will charge a platform fee, and that platform fee ranges from 11% to 13%. It ranges from 11% to 30%, okay, 30%. So, like most of the businesses feel that this charge is very high, okay, they feel this charge is very high. So there have been cases, I mean, like people have filed cases against Google in the in Indian judiciary, in the Indian courts, and recently the Supreme Court of India has given a ruling in favor of Google. It has given a ruling in favor of Google that Google can charge, in fact Google can charge from the app developers, right, from the businesses whose apps are listed in the Google Play Store. So basically what has happened now, like since Google has, since Supreme Court of India has given relief to Google, it has given the judgment in favor of Google. So in that case, after that, Google has delisted, right? It has delisted many Indian applications, right, who did not pay their platform charge. And soon after that, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in short, it is known as MeitY. So MeitY has approached Google, I mean, like, you know, they have written to the Google, and Google has restored their application in the Play Store, okay, it has restored their application in the Play Store. So this is the Indian story. However, apart from this, Google, let's say, like, you know, Google does not face similar difficulty in other jurisdiction also. Like, you know, there are many other countries like European Union, and also, for example, we do have South Korea. There are many countries where Google's, let's say, like Play Store is used. And in fact, if we use Android operated mobile phone, by default, like Play Store is installed in the Android operated mobile phones, okay, by default it is installed. So like generally users open Google Play Store and they download the application of their choices. There has been a time where, let's say, like, you know, similar to Play Store of Google, there is an app store of like of Apple. So Apple also maintains an app store. So in that app store, let's say, like, you know, the different businesses can let's say, like, list their applications over there, and users can download their applications from there. So App Store also comes up with in-app purchases system. So there has been a time that Spotify, one of the, let's say, music companies, right? So Spotify found out a way out, I mean, like how they can direct, let's say, users to make payment not through the Google Play Store, not through the, let's say, App Store of Apple, but through other way around. And after then, what Apple has done, Apple has delisted that particular application, and they have filed case in the European Commission, okay? So they have filed case in European Commission, and the European Commission over there, they have given, let's say, judgment, and in that judgment basically they have charged Apple that, like, they are following anti-competitive practices in the market, okay? So that has been the case, and, like, you know, they have charged a huge amount of money from Apple. Similarly, in India, we have Competition Commission of India. Which organization? We have the Competition Commission of India. And Competition Commission of India has earlier fined Google rupees 936.44 crore for its Play Store policies, okay? So that's the thing. So the Competition Commission of India has played important role in this regard in the past, but recent thing is related to, let's say, the platform fee that the Google is collecting, right, from the businesses. And Supreme Court of India has given, let's say, like judgment in the favor of Google. This is the thing. So in this article, basically they talk about that businesses are facing difficulty to make this high payment, which is 11% to 30%. All you need to know in this article is that how Competition Commission of India plays its role and what are anti-competitive practices. So these are the things that are important, okay? And the big companies like Google, Facebook, Meta, and Apple, So these companies are sued by one or other businesses from time to time. So these are the things that happen. So with this, now let us move to another article. This is another article. It says Maharashtra's latest Maratha quota law. Okay, so like we know in the state of Maharashtra, basically let's say like there is a community which is part of the majority community. They have been demanding for inclusion in some kind of, let's say, reserved categories like other backward classes. So what has happened? Basically what has happened on February 20, Maharashtra Assembly unanimously passed a bill granting 10% reservation in education and government jobs to Maratha community. Okay, so they have passed a bill where in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. So they have passed this particular bill that 10% reservation will be given to the Maratha community in the state of Maharashtra in government jobs as well in education institutions. And this law has been formulated based on a report of Justice Sunil Shukre led Maharashtra State Backward Class Commission. Okay, so this name of this commission is also very important. All right, so name of the commission is also very important, and it claims to have surveyed 1,58,20,264 families across the state. It opined that exceptional circumstances and extraordinary situations justify granting reservation to the community beyond the Supreme Court approved 50% limit. Okay, so there is a case also, like Supreme Court of India has long back, right, it has held that, let's say, like reservation cannot exceed beyond 50%, right, and after then the 50% mandate has been in place. But later on the central government of India has come up with another thing that gives, let's say, reservation to any group of people who belong to, let's say, economically weaker sections. So economically weaker sections have been given 10% further reservation, right? So but in this case, what has happened, the state government of Maharashtra, I mean, like, they have passed a bill, and this bill gives a kind of reservation in education institutes and government jobs to Maratha community. And the judgment that we were talking about, it was Indira Sahni judgment. So in this article also they have mentioned, right, name of the judgment, it is the Indira Sahni verdict. And here the court means Supreme Court of India has put a cap, which is, let's say, which is now constitutionally recognized. And what is that cap? It is 50%. That, like, there should be a 50% ceiling for reservation. Beyond this, reservation should not be granted. Okay, so what has happened, like, there is a person, Alok Prasad Kumar, co-founder and lead of the Vidhi Center for Legal Policy. So he says that the legislation is unlikely to pass judicial scrutiny. Basically, although this particular thing has been passed from the Legislative Assembly, but the thing is, there will be a judicial scrutiny also. People are going to file cases against it in the High Court, maybe in Bombay High Court or in the Supreme Court of India. And then judiciary is going to scrutinize, right, the basis of this particular act. So here one expert has said that, like, it is unlikely that this is going to pass the judicial scrutiny. So Radha Tiwari has written something. Can you please sir, fix the camera, please zoom in, zoom out, nahi kariye. Okay, all right. So I will talk to the team. Now, let us now move to another article. So this is a short article once again. We have discussed a mapping related topic related to this article in the beginning today. We have discussed about Second Thomas Shoal. So where is Second Thomas Shoal located? It is located just below or just south of the Spratly Islands. So Spratly Islands are part of, let's say, South China Sea. It is there in South China Sea itself. So this article talks about dispute between Coast Guard, right? The Chinese Coast Guard and Philippines Coast Guard in the South China Sea. So it says Philippine and Chinese vessels collide in disputed South China Sea. Okay, South China Sea is already disputed, we discussed, and Permanent Court of Arbitration had given a ruling in 2016. And in the ruling of the Permanent Court of Arbitration, the Permanent Court of Arbitration has held that South China Sea does not entirely belong to China only. It belongs to other countries as well. Other countries does have jurisdiction. and the Permanent Court of Arbitration has looked into the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which is in short known as UNCLOS. So we have United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and this law, right, which is in short known as Law of the Sea, actually talks about what should be the, let's say, maritime boundary for a coastal state, like up to what nautical miles a coastal state has its jurisdiction. It talks about high seas, it talks about many things. It talks about, let's say, like what are the rights of the coastal states in territorial water, exclusive economic zone, and also in the international waters. Okay, this is the thing. So basically in this article they have talked about that this dispute has arisen, and we can see over here two ships. One of the ship is firing water cannon on the other ship, and the ship that is firing water cannon, this belongs to China, and the ship on which water cannons are being fired, it belongs to Philippines. Okay, so this issue has been raised in the ASEAN summit. ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and in ASEAN there are 10 countries, right? 10 countries are members of it, and Philippines has raised this particular issue in ASEAN to gain the support of other countries, right? Because like all the members of ASEAN are, let's say, China is not a member of ASEAN. This is important, okay? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So this is important. So all you need to do is, after reading this article, you need to learn about the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. You need to go through the South China Sea map also. You need to understand about the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruling. You need to understand about the membership of the ASEAN summit, like how many countries are members of it, which countries are members of it. Okay, so like Philippines is a member of it. This is the thing. So with this, now let us move to another article. This article is very short article. It says Ukraine says it destroyed another Russian warship in the Black Sea. So we know Black Sea is a region, right, that lies somewhere between Russia and Ukraine, okay, to the south of Ukraine and to the west of Russia. So in the Black Sea, basically in the Black Sea, what Ukraine has done, it has destroyed another Russian warship. So Ukraine has just pointed out this thing, and this is related to the kind of warfare that is happening between Russia and Ukraine. It's been more than 1.5 years that this warfare is still continuing. And if we talk about in the Black Sea region, right, in the Black Sea region near, so there is a peninsula which is known as Crimea, okay. So Crimean Peninsula is located over there, okay, Crimean Peninsula. So earlier this Crimean Peninsula was part of Ukraine, but in 2014, what China has done, China has annexed this particular peninsula. Russia, okay. Russia has annexed this particular peninsula. Annexation means taking possession, taking control forcefully without the will of the person who holds right on it. Okay, let's consider on Crimean Peninsula, earlier this belonged to Ukraine, but China has forcefully captured this particular territory. That is known as annexation in international law. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is just a short article here, just like Ukraine has reported this thing, that they have destroyed one warship in South China Sea. With this, we have another article. This is a short as well as long article. Why? Because here we are going to understand the role of artificial intelligence. It says artificial intelligence has a big and growing carbon footprint, but algorithm can help. Okay, so basically artificial intelligence systems are being developed across the world, and AI systems are actually, let's say, like, helping or easing out the way of human being, because using artificial intelligence you can perform enormous amount of tasks in less amount of time. But this also consumes computational power, means electricity is consumed, right, by those systems, by those computers that are running the artificial intelligence systems. So since it consumes power, so it does have carbon footprint. What do we mean by carbon footprint, right? What do we mean by carbon footprint? This is important, okay? carbon footprint is a concept, and this concept talks about that if you are running any system that utilizes, let's say, electricity, or that generates greenhouse gases, right? That generates greenhouse gases. So if it is generating greenhouse gases, it is contributing to the global warming, and global warming is a kind of undesired thing. Since it is contributing to global warming, it does have carbon footprint because it is emitting carbon. Why we talk about carbon only? Because carbon dioxide, CO2, is the most potent greenhouse gas, right, in the atmosphere. It is the most potent greenhouse gas, and the quantity of carbon dioxide is increasing, right, in the atmosphere, and this carbon dioxide traps heat. Okay, so that's why, because increasing concentration of carbon dioxide is happening, so it is leading to more global warming. Okay, so in this article basically they have analyzed what is the role of artificial intelligence in carbon footprint, how artificial intelligence is, let's say, adding to global warming, how it is, let's say, like, causing greenhouse gas emissions. So here they have said that although artificial intelligence is contributing, or it is adding, it is acting as it is, let's say, leaving carbon footprint, but at the same time there can be algorithms. We can develop algorithms that can reduce the carbon footprint of artificial intelligence systems. So finally in this article they say that an AI system's life can be split into two phases: the training and inference. During training, a relevant data set is used to build and tune the system. In inference, the trained system generates predictions on previously unseen data. So spiking neural networks and lifelong learning have the potential to lower AI's ever increasing carbon footprint, with SNNs, like spiking neural networks, acting as energy efficient alternatives to ANNs. Okay, so they have said that this particular system, spiking neural networks and lifelong learning, they have the capacity of reducing the carbon footprint of artificial intelligence systems. Apart from this, in this article they also mention that advances in quantum computing will also enable faster training and inference using ANNs and SNNs. This could allow us to find energy efficient solutions for AI at a much larger scale. So basically, now the world has started understanding that although artificial intelligence contributes to productivity of human beings, it contributes to, let's say, like, economic growth. However, it does have environmental implications also, because like it leaves carbon footprint, it generates carbon dioxide, it pollutes the, let's say, like, environment, it let's say increases the global warming. But at the same time, there are people who are identifying alternative ways or ways to reduce the carbon footprint of artificial intelligence systems. If you read this article, you will come across some more technical terms that you need to read and understand. Okay, so this is the thing. So with this, we have, let's say, covered all the topics, right? We have covered all the topics that we have taken for today's discussion. So this is related to an interactive session that one of our renowned faculty, Lakshmikant Jaibhe sir, is going to take, right? He is going to take a interactive session with the students in Hyderabad. Okay, so he is going to visit Hyderabad very soon, and in Hyderabad there will be discussion by him on 16th of March, right, from 10 a.m. onwards. So those students who are from Hyderabad, so they can visit this particular location and they can attend that interactive session by Lakshmikant Jaibhe sir. So that will be all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.